Instagram.
Oh boy. Are you all cleansed?
I am, because his dust mighty.
Dust mites.
Yeah, heart.
Dust mites.
Dust mighty.
Mighty Dusty.
Mighty.
Dusty.
We have 17 on Facebook so far.
We got 10 on Instagram.
I
24.
did speak to Joel about
Yes.
the G.I. Joe guy and what these are that he sent us to do. So Joel is going to take care of that. And they are profiles. And Captain America I have. So
Not only are these big pages, but these are some really old pages too. This is true.
We're up
big
to 44 on
old
Facebook.
dust mighty pages.
They're dusty.
Yeah.
60-year-old dust.
Well, I'm trying to do this in a kind of
Like
orderly
an
fashion,
archaeological day.
but I won't be able to do it. I know.
You may find a Sasquatch in
Mhm.
Hi, Zane.
Weird. So anyway, hey guys,
Hi.
hi.
Hello.
This is of small interest to you, but this is the size that comic book pages used to be done.
Oversized.
That's bigger than 13 by 19.
Yes.
No.
I did this when I was 17 years old.
Move out, you green apples.
A sergeant is nobody's friend.
Is that what it says? Move out your green apple.
Yeah.
It's Bob
You
Kanigher.
think I'd come up with that on my own?
I don't know.
Bob Kanigher's writing.
What does that mean? Move that you green apple.
Because they're green. They're
'Cause
new.
they're
and they're
new.
green
They're
because
new.
they're army. They're
Right.
new and they're
Oh,
green on it.
So this would be
I get it.
page 2. So what's it? I'll tell you what's interesting about this. Small interest to you. Okay. Is that this is part of a short story? Oh, shit.
These are oversized pages. We don't know the exact measurements on it though.
Okay, this is actually a better example. This is what I would do. Is I would work on I would do a story, short story, 6-page story, and I would finish it, and then I would put it aside, and then I would work on another story, and then maybe another story, and then I would come back to the first story and do it over again in whatever style I was working at the time. So let's say I was into my Joe Kubert thing, and then I was into my Elmer Wexler thing or whatever it was, and I'm going to show you a case, exactly a case in point. So this is sort of in my Kubert phase. Okay. Now, in order to get to that, I'll show you this. In order to get to that, I did this on this side of the paper. Okay. And then I was unhappy with that, and then I went ahead and I did that. I stole this lion and the one on the other side from a book called The Art of Animal Drawing by Ken Hultgren. And I tried to steal Gil Kane's stuff for the horses, but I did a terrible job. But then I did two
How old
6-page
were you
stories.
when you did these?
16. These 16. This I did when I was 17. So I had done 2 more stories, and then I did this. This is the cover. Same story, Dan Bullitt, same character. To see what I could improve, and this was less Joe Kubert and more Elmer Wexler. Now, although this is not great, this is certainly 100% better than this. See what I'm saying? So I would test myself to see if I got better by doing the same job over again.
Very cool.
That other story, that war story that I showed you, this was the beginning of a redo, but I actually have it, I just don't have it right here. But that's the beginning of that story again. Then I stopped, then I did it again.
It's a good head.
So
on the
each
second
time,
row. There's a good head on the second row.
On the second row, yeah,
Right.
right. Well, that's how you learn. That's how you learn. That head is taken from a photograph that I didn't trace. I drew from a head, okay, from some war documentary or whatever.
Wallace says, I've never heard of Dan Bullitt. Is he a character that you created on his own?
He's nobody.
Just saying it should be in a museum.
Should be in a museum. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks
He's
a lot.
Indiana Jones.
Thanks a
Should
lot.
be in a museum.
Oh, this is, I guess this is page 2 of Dan Bullitt. There you go. I'll arrange these in some kind of order and show them to you at some point,
Where
guys.
did his eyes go?
Well, that was the style.
It's a little squinty there.
That was the style.
That looks like Shazam.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Squinty eyes. Well, that's how Wexler did eyes. It's not Kubert eyes. It's Wexler eyes.
Betty Davis eyes.
I was willing to steal from anybody. I was delighted to steal from anybody. In fact, it was around this time that I had graduated and I was doing samples for The Fly. So The Fly samples are done
Graduated
in
high school.
high school. Yeah. Yeah, didn't go to college. The Fly was done, I did at least 3 pages in this style for The Fly. And then I did other styles because I knew styles. I understood other people's styles. Anyway, I'm going to straighten this out and show this to you at some point in a little bit more organized fashion. But there's a lot of interesting stuff here. And I will show you comparative pages so you can see how the progression happened. But it happened, it's not like, oh, Neal draws from photographs. Yes, I trace photographs, but I also draw from what I learn. Then I draw from other people's style.
You also posed your photographs.
Yes, I did anything that seemed to make sense. Anything that I could steal from the brain of anybody else, I would do, and to learn. That's why when somebody says, you know, how do you feel about people copying me? I feel delighted. I contributed to that guy's progression. He's not going to stay there. He's going to look at the Bill Sienkiewicz. First, when he first came in, he drew just like me. Now he draws like Bob Peake and a whole bunch of other guys. He's practically paints the pages. So he's gone on and moved into all this wonderful stuff, you know. And I was there to be a stepping stone, and that's great. So a question like that can have nothing more than a delightful answer. It's not. I don't have an ambivalent answer. You could say, well, he feels ambivalent. He sort of likes it and sort of doesn't. I love it. I love it all. This is all about art, guys. Nobody lives or dies on this stuff. It's art. Don't make anything more of it than it is, except it's wonderful. You know, it's like making movies. It's all the same. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can ask now. I'm going to turn the floor over to Chris. I'm going to kibitz as much as possible and try to add to whatever font of knowledge that you're interested in. We brought the let's switch the camera over. We brought the drawings that were on the table. The